Isaac and his generation, their doings and their thoughts. Ishmael and his generation, their doings and their thoughts. Jacob and his generation, their doings and their thoughts. Joseph and his generation, their doings and their thoughts. Their tribes and their generation, their doings and their thoughts. Amram and his generation, their doings and their thoughts. Moses and his generation, their doings and their thoughts. Aaron and Amiram, their works and their doings. The princes and the elders, their works and doings. Joshua and his generation, their works and doings. The judges and their generation, their works and doings. Eli and his generation, their works and doings. Phinehas, their works and doings. Elkanah and his works and generation, their works and their doings. Samuel and his generation, their works and doings. The kings of Judah with their generations, their works and their doings. The kings of Israel, the kings of Israel and their generation, the works of their doings. The princes of Israel, their works and their doings. The princes of the nations of the world, their works and their doings. The heads of the councils of Israel, their works and their doings. The heads of the council of the nations of the world, their generations, their works and their doings. The rulers of the Israel and their generation, their works and their doings. And nobles in Israel and their generation, their works and their doings. The nobles of the nations of the world and their generations, their works and their doings. And the men of reputation in Israel,